everybody? How you doing, goddess? Hey, hey, hey. How are we tonight? Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a rare night when I start right at 7 p.m., isn't it? Hello, potatoes. Welcome in. What's up, Yarn? How you doing, Smith? Welcome, welcome. Gosh, it's good to be with you all tonight. So good to be with you all tonight. Is my mic off? No, but I can fix that for us. I may have changed it a little bit. Let me just launch that up. How is that? That's a little bit louder for us. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I see what's happening. 1 second. It's a different mic. My mic is way over there. It's my podcast mic. Give me 1 second. I'm going to fix that for us. Thank you for letting me know. There we go. That should be... Whoa, now I'm loud. Okay, I'll fix it. There we go. Oh, no, still loud. There we go. That's about right. That's about right. That did it. Yeah, seriously, I've got this... I'll show you the setup. I've got the podcast mic right over here. It's on this swingy boy, and he was hot, but we've got him fixed. That's what I use for my Chronicles of Rebirth, and my I was shouting into the void. Speaking of shouting into the void, segue. We will be shouting into the void tonight in chapter 13 of Final Fantasy 15. Now you can hear me. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, man? Good to see everybody. Man, I love to hang out with y'all. It's so fun. Hate that I missed on Thursday night. That was kind of a bummer. But the good news is we're here tonight. Thanks for letting me have the night kind of off. Because I was, got to see some friends that don't come into town every day or very often at all. So got to go have some dinner with them, and I probably could have streamed later that night, but you want me at my best, and tonight you've got me at my best. It's been good. They're doing great. They're having a really good time right now. It's been a minute since I've seen them, talk to them, so that was really good. How are y'all doing? You doing all right? We'll kind of vamp for another minute or so. But I'm glad I didn't stream. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, hey, listen, we all got to be at our best for this stream because this is a big one. You got to see a total eclipse yesterday? Total eclipse of the heart. Yeah, that is fun. I was in a coffee shop, and one person in the coffee shop had glasses, so we had this nice community moment where we all went outside and we passed around the glasses, sipping coffee and being like, oh, what a time to be alive. The eclipse was total where you were? That's awesome. The eclipse was not total where I was. I got to see the thumbnail, basically. It was kind of cool, though. It was cool. Got to sit on the roof of your church and watch it. That's awesome. I was in a noisy road outside of a coffee shop. Yeah. Got so dark. Oh, man, that's awesome. It was cloudy where I was. So. That's so cool. That's awesome. I'm glad you got to see that. The total eclipse. So it started cloudy and raining. Ah, that's awesome. It's like nighttime. Like Noctis time. It is Noctis time. All right, folks. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Shall we? I'm excited about tonight's stream. I don't want to delay too much. It's amazing how I've had 95% coverage that you'd barely notice. Looking for that 5% of the sun is still pretty bright. Yeah. All the bugs and birds started making noise if it were dusk. That's cool. Driving home, looking forward to this chapter. Yeah, you're gonna love this chapter. You're gonna love it. You are gonna freaking love it. And I don't just say that, you guys. So I'm going to tell you the story of how all of this came to be tonight, and we're gonna revisit it several times as we get more people to come in and stuff. So just get used to me telling this story, because it is my origin story. It is the Professor Noctis origin story of Chapter 13, and that's where we're going tonight. So without further ado, why don't we go ahead and get started? Everybody, welcome in to the stream. My name is Professor Noctis, real life Wade, and I am so excited that you're here with us tonight. We're going to have a good time. Tonight we are playing Final Fantasy 15 Chapter 13, the much maligned, much reviled chapter of Final Fantasy 15 ever since day one when it first came out. People have griped and complained about this chapter, but I have been a day one adopter. I have loved this thing since day one, and tonight I'm going to share exactly why. Back in when this game came out, I was in a doctoral program. I was studying and still kind of doing the coursework for it, but I was also working simultaneously on my dissertation, and my dissertation at that time had more to do with theology and ethics, okay? It was an ethical dilemma sort of thing that I was kind of considering as my primary topic in research. And I'd done a pretty substantial amount in it. I had done the majority, I had done the first chapter completely, kind of figured out my methodology, the research that I wanted to do. And I was about halfway through my literature review, which is the part of your dissertation where you're proving that you're an expert, basically, by doing all of the peripheral research that informs your dissertation project. And so Final Fantasy 15 came out on November 30th, I think, of that year, November 29th or 30th of that year, and I'm playing it, and I'm enthralled by the game, right, because it's a Final Fantasy and I'm me, and as I play, I realize, holy crap, there are some really interesting similarities to some things that I know, and I would like read some allusions in the Bible and other religious texts. But when it got to chapter 13, I finished the chapter, I put the controller down, and I grabbed my Bible, and I just started to read. And I really, 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 really got into it. And I'm not going to give it away right now. We're going to talk about it at the end of the stream. So the last 10-15 minutes of the stream tonight are where it's really going to count. Okay? So that's why I'm kind of trying to move us forward, because the chapter itself is kind of long, and I love it, right? It shows Noctis at his lowest point, at his absolute breaking point. And somebody in my class one time was like, how can it get any lower, right? His best friends are all falling apart. His fiance is dead. His hometown has been ravaged. His dad is dead. What? He has no kingdom. How can it get worse? And I'm like, well, just hold on to your hat, because chapter 13 happens, and it's worse for everybody. So it's bad. But the thing that happens at the end of chapter 13, so fundamentally leveled me, that I had to take a little bit of a break and just like marinate on this before I went to chapter 14, because I was like, okay, how does this change the way that I've thought about these first 13 chapters, right? And so I would consider things, and I would revisit passages in scripture, and then I moved forward, and it fundamentally, like I said, changed the way that I view this game. And you have caught a lot of those lessons for the first 12 chapters of this game. I've tried to share some of those insights, but tonight, hopefully, it's all gonna bring it all together. I think 13 is the most powerful and impactful chapter in this game. And then chapter 14, of course. So, some ground rules before we get started. If you are new to the chat, thank you so much for being here. Welcome. This is a live stream that will go into archives as homework for my students who are actually maybe in the chat watching, or either watching late at night as they do their homework for class on Thursday. So because of that, no spoilers for anything. You can talk about things when they happen, but be respectful for those that are experiencing this for the first time. And with that, why don't we go ahead and get started? Where we last left off, we did episode Prompto. He's lost in the snow, and the boys, Ignis and Gladio and Noctis, are on their way to Gralia, to Niflheim. So that's where we are. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, to try to remember how to play this game after playing Rebirth. That's the real question. What's up, Karuai? Karuai. Heck yeah! Use it as an excuse to finish up a paper. Good to see ya. Tune into radios across Eos. Or Eos. Ardyn, you glad I'm here? Ha! I love it.
We should be drawing close to Gralia.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it'll be like.
Swarming with demons, but you knew that.
Don't remind me.
Once we arrive, we'll make for the keep.
Look how dark it is outside.
Zegnortus, an Imperial megafortress said to be impregnable.
With Prompto and the crystal inside it.
What goes in must come out. So, are we buying the story that the crystal can purge demons?
The proof is in the purging, but it does stand to reason. We've observed that as the nights have grown longer, the demon hordes have grown stronger. If they are in fact averse to the crystal's light, it could save not only Lucis, but the world.
We'll find out once we take it back.
Skirt. Hey, Michael. It's going great.
What is it?
I'm about to enter
My
Cosmo
guess,
Canyon to
something
town.
to sidetrack us.
You'll hear more later this week about that. Okay, let's do it. You remember we just got the Glacian, Shiva's blessing. Realized that she was Gentiana. And the trial of love. Whoa! God, that was kind of scary.
What now?
Whoa!
Let's get to work.
What's wrong?
No weapons! Gotta use the old fists.
Come on, move it!
Ardyn has stripped Noctis of his weapons. Okay, let's just run. Past
Only a
these
matter
guys.
of time before we run out of room to run.
Got a better idea?
We trade the train for the
Ignis,
regalia.
Ignis,
Come on!
On my way!
Noctis,
Ignis, get out of the way.
Keep moving!
Ignis. Ah! Run like a chocobo. All right, to the regalia. Oh, it's our sweet girl.
Yeah. Got it.
I like how they're telling Iggy, hey, lead us out of
Threat
here.
upgraded. Activating level 4 security measures.
Oh man, here we go.
Sealing all gates.
Hopefully this will go better than the snowmobile. Right? Okay. Time to Mario
Put
Kart
the pedal
this.
to the metal.
That's the idea.
Don't crash.
Oh my god.
Thanks for the tip.
Thanks for the tip, buddy.
where are we now?
Inside a tunnel. On the train tracks.
Don't slow down.
Oh,
or they'll
gosh.
catch us up.
Going as fast as I can. Hang on.
Dodge the barrels! Ugh. Okay, we're doing okay right now. I feel good about this. No demons. It's just a joyride with intense music.
What was
Okay,
that?
less of a joyride. Less of a joyride.
One clean hit, and it's it's over.
I
It'll take a bit
know.
more than that to stop His Majesty's trusty steed.
His trusty
Dodging
steed.
one thing to
Oh.
run into another.
The Regale can take the punishment. Just focus on your driving.
What are you talking about? I'm doing great. Oh, okay, less great.
Get through this.
Less great. Oh, get back! Get back! Oh, back it up! 300-point turn. We are in flames. We are in flames. Okay, let's go. Back at it like nothing happened. Cindy's gonna be very upset. Oh my gosh, we're sideways. We are sideways. We are dead. We're doomed. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get out of the car. We're stuck. And this is where we die. This is where we die. This is where we die. Okay, so do we need to restart? I think we need to restart. Oh no! We weren't supposed to flip over on our sides. This is why I love chapter 13, everybody. This is where I wrote my dissertation on. This right here. Yeah. Okay. And we timed out and we died.
All gates are now sealed.
The biblical symbolism is sometimes you're just not fast enough. Game over. I don't think we've gotten one of those yet. Leave it to the car. Lady, I think that you're the reason. I was so distracted by your arrival. Dissertation on accidental car crashes. Okay, let's try again. That was a practice run. We were just waiting for people to show up.
Level 4
Okay.
security measures.
Level 4. Level 4 really got us. Okay, now crank that intense music again.
Put the pedal to
There we
the
go.
metal.
That's the idea.
Don't
That is
crash.
the idea.
Thanks for the tip.
That is what happened. The Ark of the Covenant
Inside a
attacked
tunnel.
us.
On the train tracks.
Don't slow down, or they'll catch us
Don't
up.
flip out.
Going as fast as I can. Hang on.
The snowmobile has nothing on sideways cars. 3 chaos rats, look out. You know it. I was clowning on this. I was like, oh, this is so easy. I'm such a good driver. Oops. Okay. Okay, here come the
What was
guns.
that?
They're trying to blow us off
Guns.
the tracks.
One
Okay.
clean hit, and it's over.
Oh, that was a
Take
clean
bit
hit.
more than that to stop His Majesty's trusty steed.
Ah, that did pretty good though.
Dodging one thing to run into another.
The Regale can take the punishment. Just focus on your driving.
Do it.
Oh, ow,
We can
that
get
was
through this.
that was pain. Okay, this is where we died last time.
It's
Oh
closing
gosh!
for it.
Come on, old girl.
Oh, we were so close to the end. Oh. Well, this is His Majesty's horse. So.
That's all she's got.
Regaling us.
It'll do.
Ah, here we go. Y'all ever cried for the death of a car? Because here we go. I remember when I totaled my first car, it was hard. It was a hard day. This one hits. Oh. Oh.
Dad. Thanks for everything.
Goodbye, Dad.
Are we seriously marching into the capital empty-handed?
Can I grieve over my dad
no
car?
assurances the crystal can beat back the demon hordes.
Guess we'll find out the hard way. No turning back now, right?
Right. Okay, let's get
This
to
thing
walking.
could come down at any time.
Let's be
Any
quick.
time.
Come on, this way.
Whoa, hello first. A mithril shaft. Oh! My friends!
Hey! Ignis! Gladio!
Oh, Badlian. Okay, so we're gonna follow Noctis until we need to swap over to the others.
Look at you, all by your lonesome.
You know,
Oh,
for an Imperial Chancellor, you are one sick son of a bitch. Demons, the hell do you want? Leave me alone. This is getting out of hand.
this is getting out of hand. Get out of here, Snagas. Run, jump. Oh, that sweet regalia. Ah!
The time has come.
Yeah. Let's learn to use this bad boy.
Get in here.
So they super strengthened the ring after day one. Now, I played it back in the old days when everything was really difficult. Let's talk about what just happened here, chat. Let me zoom in. Several years ago, my dad gave me a gift. I want to show it to you. My dad gave me the ring of the Lucii. Can you see it there? There it is. But this ring, I teach about this ring in my class, and in this moment, Noctis has been holding on to this ring for so long, but here he actually puts it on, and this means a number of different things, right? But the ring represents more than anything. It represents responsibility, and so by putting this ring on, he is able to enact his kingly duties, you know. And so why a ring? So in ancient times, this was the seal, the mark that lets you know that the king's business was being done at the king's hand. And so you could always tell because of the seals, the wax seals. They would pour wax, and before it dried, they would press their ring, their signet ring, into that wax, and they would create their own seal. And so by Noctis putting this on, he is able to enact, right? He's able to enact his justice, his mercy, his wrath, his creation, his provision, and his condolences, regret, lament, and sorrow. He's able to put out or enact his responsibility out into the world. And that's what putting on the ring means for him. It's the reason why when you look in the Bible in ancient times, giving someone a ring is essentially saying you're a member of this family. Think of the prodigal son story in the Gospels, Luke chapter 15. When the son leaves, he squandered the whole inheritance. He returns back, and what happens? The father says, give him his coat, give him his ring, the family ring. And that's so that he can do the family's business once again. I think it's one of the really, really interesting things about what's shown here. My students are currently writing a paper for me. Actually, they've got a paper due tonight on all of the kings in the Jewish history, all, well, the 38 that come after Solomon. But next week, they've got a paper due on responsibility, asking the question, has there been a moment when you had to take responsibility for something else? When was your moment of putting on your ring? So Wise Tribe, why did he decide to put it on? Because ultimately he has left. It's all he has left. Ardyn has disabled the weapons. His friends are no longer there to protect him. And so all he has is the power of a king. He can't do anything, so he has no other choice, which is really interesting. Ardyn clearly wants him to ascend. He wants him to be a king, and so he disables every crutch that he has had except for the ring. So, kind of interesting. We'll talk more about that at the end of tonight's stream. With that, let's continue. I love the atmosphere here. It's dark,
Looks like
it's lonely.
connected below. Might be my ticket to the top.
I just love it. Yeah, the ambiance, the aesthetic here, it is just next level. I love the storytelling of this. You feel lonely. One thing that this game does so stinking well is power grid beat.
Maybe another.
In there. One thing that it does so well is the environmental storytelling, right? I think of the chapter with Ignis. I think of the chapter...
No go.
No go. I think of this chapter... and even Altisha, for that matter. Each of these are so powerful and useful. Oh, let's get all of these things. We need them. For telling the story that they're wanting to tell. And I just think it's one of the coolest. One of the absolute coolest. Autocorrect strikes again. Okay.
Maybe another.
Yeah. I know. Oh yeah, the ability to generate tension in this game is
Nice.
so delicious. I see boxes and I immediately want to hit them with my sword, but that's a different game. We'll try to make it more of a Resident Evil horror game tonight. Just lurking around every corner, right? Again, some environmental storytelling here. You see kind of these very horror tropes. But there's clearly been a struggle here. This was a workplace, but it's been completely overrun by demons. It's just a dead zone, right? Noctis does have the worst posture. The real enemy in this game is his back. Bow wow wow. Yeah, I don't know of another segment in a Final Fantasy game that pulls out the horror quite to this level, you know? And especially when you are so, like on the day one release, when you're so weak. The Train Graveyard, it's a spooky aesthetic, but I wouldn't call it horror. This is like straight up horror. Yeah.
Nice
Yeah, the
way to
Genova
go,
blood
taken
trail.
care of.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have the same level of horror to the Genova Blood Trail as they did. That is true. Well, especially once you get to the, like, jump out scenes. Oh my gosh, that's when it gets really, like, haunting. Okay, so I need to get way over there then. Absorbing the Scourge. But unlike Luna, absorbing them into the ring, which is... Oh, you see, I see a ladder and I immediately want to climb it, but we know that's not the way it goes. Resident Evil's Ignatus. Yeah, that is accurate. I think I've already gone back this way, but I did want to see if there was an item or something. No, I thought there might be an item back there. There is not. Boo. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm gonna try to start stock up on items because I know what's coming in this chapter. And I grab bags and listen. Awesome. Oh. Let's go straight this way through these doors. Yeah, I know what's coming. Oh. We don't need that bed. Well, we do need a checkpoint, though, so... Oh, radio.
Safe to rest here.
Listen to the radio, everybody. Some exposition.
So you're saying anyone can become a hunter, regardless of where they're from or what they can do?
Precisely. Right now, we need all the help we can get.
But I think a lot of our listeners are worried that help involves putting their own lives in danger.
Simply reporting that danger to a senior hunter at HQ is good enough. We all work together as a team to keep the peace. We would never send new recruits on life-threatening missions. We start recruits off on small tasks, such as keeping watch over a neighborhood.
I'm sure
Getting
our listeners will
varmints.
be relieved to hear that.
As of yesterday, we done opened the gates of Lestalem to any and all refugees.
Ah, Dave the Hunter.
No matter where you come from, all y'all are welcome. We're one people now. Y'all are in need of an escort, give us a holler at HQ. We'll dispatch a hunter right away. It's dangerous to go alone. I'd also like to take this opportunity to ask the people of Lestalem to embrace your fellow man and treat him with the respect we all deserve. Lestalem's the only light left. Darkness may have
Oh, my bad.
the skies, but don't let it consume your hearts.
The research lab has been devoid of human life for several weeks. Demons once kept in captivity have been sighted outside the compound, suggesting a security breach. An outbreak could have dire implications for Gralia's city center, and all communications with the facility are still down. Meanwhile, the Imperial Railway remains paralyzed, and services within Accordo suspended.
As of yesterday, we done...
It's the research compound is down in the basement of this area. We're gonna get there, don't worry. I'll show you all about it. So let's take a quick sit. Dormitoria Militum. Alright, good, good, good. Sleep. I would be terrified to sleep there. Okay, let's go. It is clear that they wanted to make a Resident Evil game here. I love it. Oh. Ah, jerk. love that little move there. That's so good. So good. What's up, Racy? Ah, thank you so much for the follow, Shep Shep. Ah, true, Iken.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Where'd everybody go?
It's just completely abandoned. It's so eerie, and I love it. Oh, that guy.
Not these bastards again.
What a shot. You thought. Oh, you got me though. Creepy whispering from the ring, yeah. Let's go.
This whole city gives me the chills.
I would not want to wake the mopey guy with the deadly ring.
Too quiet for comfort.
Now, y'all, this part was
How
so
does it feel to be
scary.
powerless? Can't help your friends if you can't help yourself.
Do you hear the mind games? Gosh, it's so good.
Gotta hurry and find them.
Ah.
Wherever they are.
I mean, all of this is just a freaking mind game to Ardyn. I love it. I'm going to play it like I did the first time I ever played it, which was I'm actually going to use the hiding spaces just to kind of give you an illusion of what it was like that first time I ever played it.
Can't you simply taste the air of foreboding?
Sneak, sneak. Okay, we're good. Oh crap, there's Ardyn. Rogue Axemen patrol.
These don't look like typical MTs.
Crap! No! Ah!
Must be tiring having to run all the time. That magic is a royal disappointment.
Ooh! Okay, let's try to be sneakier this time. We did not do that well. Okay, nobody over here. Dawn of the Future. I'll talk briefly about Dawn of the Future in when we beat chapter 14. Okay, sneak, sneak, sneak. Sneaky. Wine? Do we wear wine on Wednesdays? Oh gosh, here we go, here we go. Sneak, sneak. Sneak. Okay, seems we're good. We're safe. Whew, okay. That's what they want us to think. No, this is not... Oh, we're back at the start. Did we just get turned around? No, we're not. This isn't the start. Where is it? Okay, that's fair. I have been lost twice tonight. ProfNoctis. Ardyn's voice is so freaking good in this. Okay. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Up. Maybe this way. Oh yeah, this is it. This is it. Ah!
Something different about them. Something off.
Okay, let's get out of here. I'm fine. Okay, y'all. Okay.
There's some streaker running around here?
Did you say some streaker? Oh, crap. Do not come down this way. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's totally fine. Okay. Oh, crap. Oh! Where's our little hidey hole? That got me. That got me to that guy. Oh crap, oh crap, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. We're all very brave. My ears. Okay, okay, let's go. Sneak, 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 sneak. Look at the clothes. It's the raptor. Yeah. The clothes on the ground. Some kind of streaker. Oh. Do you hear that? He's dragging the axe. Yeah, that's why. There's just clothes on the ground. Oh, gosh. He's close. Now we wait. We gotta go left. Here he comes again. I hear it in my headphones. Y'all. I hear him like breathing kind of. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. Go, 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 go. Oh my gosh, that was intense. Oh my gosh, that was scary. What's up, bagpipes? What's up?
It's all coming
Welcome
along
in.
swimmingly, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, this is so scary. Are we safe for now? That was so stressful, wasn't it? Again, back when the ring was completely nerfed and not overpowered, that's how we had to play this game. I do think that it makes it so much better when it's like that, right? Okay, let's go. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. That's so good. You'll die on that hill. Oh, me too. I think chapter 13 is brilliant, and you'll hear what.
Can't afford to get spun around.
That's true. You can't. You'll hear why in the last 10-15 minutes of this stream. Like I said, this is the reason why I am a doctor. Okay, let's. Oh,
Hey,
Prompto!
Prompto, please!
Let's go! Kill! Kill! Kill, kill. Oh god, there's someone. Gotta stay hiding. I didn't see anything. Yes, I agree too. I completely agree. Yeah, you should fear the corpses. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to listen. It is long, I'll say, but oh, here he comes. Crap. Crap. Hide, Noctis. Brave Sir Robin ran away. I am. Okay. Oh! Stay hidden. Okay, is he coming? Okay, I think we're mostly good. Oh god, no. Oh crap! No, just get out! Just get out! He found us! What? No! Look alive. Use your potion. Tried. Oh, another one! How many of them are there? Oh, jeez. Oh, youch. Oh, crap. We do not have the stuff for this. We got him. Okay, get out of there. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. Okay, there's all the places I could have hidden. Let's have a sit. Oh my goodness, there were 3. There were 3. Okay, we're good. No pictures. Where's a bench? That was stressful. When MTs merge. Oh, prompto.
Invalid key. Data retrieved.
What?
Security clearance level 1. Invalid key.
Okay.
Data retrieved.
I got you.
Security clearance level 1.
These beds and benches.
What have we here? Clearance level. Nice.
Nice. Beds and benches.
Security clearance raised to level 2. Access to level 2 zones authorized.
No flex. Zone. Please, Racy. Please put out an album called Beds and Benches. Prompto! I'm coming, Prompto.
Poor Prompto must be feeling the heat right about now.
Yep, pretty much. Prompto!
Damn it! It won't budge!
Ah! Oh, thank you for the sub. Was it the screaming? Was it the screaming that did it? Yeah. Yeah. To live in the Empire and to look up. Listen, for a guy that's played this
Help me.
this game as much as I have, I should not be screaming like this, but whatever. Writing down sources. It's the vibes. Oh gosh. Oh no! Keep going. Oh crap, crap, crap. Keep taking her life force. Oh, I'm frozen. There we go. Just keep on doing that. Woo! Woo! Crap! Oh no, an MT! Oh man, that was mean. Come on. I'm out of ammo. Oh crap, I've been stopped! Okay, just keep on dodging. Keep on dodging, everybody. Okay, we good. We good. Ooh woo. Oh no. Oh, you jerk. Devil. Oh, you horrible, horrible spider woman. Drink your little high potion, buddy. Get him. Give me back my friend. That's it. I don't want a face hug from a spider. And she's gone. Alright, Prompto. So sweaty. Ooh woo. Okay. Prompto. Do you see what he did?
Another trick. Back to square one.
Did you see what just happened there, chat? Ardyn made him look at Prompto, and when he got closer, what was it? It was an MT. Ardyn's trying to manipulate so that Noctis finds out that Prompto is really an MT, or he would have been. He's playing some deep mind games. Ah, delicious.
Security clearance raised to level 3. Access to level 3 zones authorized.
That's one of my personal favorites.
Level 3 zone.
Oh, you should have seen the look on your face.
Listen, I know Ardyn.
You'd best hurry. Next time, it might really be your friend. Are you certain it wasn't the real thing? Wouldn't want to make a mistake.
Wasn't the real thing. Get that? Ardyn really wants Noctis to believe that Prompto is an MT. Really playing into that. Can you really trust Prompto? He's just a clone, right? He was branded and manufactured by Niflheim. Oh my gosh, just run! Where are we going? What is happening? Okay. He's a baddie. He is, for real. For real, for real. This I don't think is correct, actually. Wait, no, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Ardyn isn't doing anything wrong. I mean, he's not lying. You're right. He's not. He's not doing a thing wrong. Just telling him the truth. Yeah, I was lost. That's fun. Yeah. If I had to spend gil to stay here, oh, that'd be the worst, right? I want to ride my chocobo all day. This part of the game.
It's just so unfair.
This part of the game really makes you miss the old days when you were riding in that fun car, having the time of your life with your friends. Not anymore. We're doing emotional harm. Oh my gosh! Emotional harm to me. And blowing me up on a bridge. He's doing some emotional harm. I'll say that. Because at the end of the day, ProfNoctis should be able to tell his story on his terms, right? And Ardyn is kind of forcing the issue a little bit. Remember when we would take pictures of Cindy, right? Someone make an escape room. Oh my gosh, please. Has anyone ever done a beat the bomb sort of escape room sort of thing? It's not really an escape room. I did one over spring break this year, and oh, it was so fun. Gosh, it was fun.
Your heart's desire so close now.
My heart's desire.
Soon it will be within your grasp. I suggest you take the central elevator.
Okay.
It will take you to your goal.
Aren't you helpful now?
Always helpful.
Don't look down, don't look down.
There is a video game called Talking and No One Explodes. Yeah, I don't have a key card. Oh,
Find a way to make it move.
nope. This way. Oh no. Such stealth around here. Just you wait till I get my freaking swords back. All of you are done.
If a king cannot protect himself, how is he to protect others?
Okay, I see you. This stupid giant would leave me alone. Noctis, you don't have to fight. Don't let him do it. Oh, he was gonna grab my foot. Just know it. Okay. Down here. Over here. Woof.
All keyed up.
All keyed up. Even in the worst day of our lives, Noctis has got puns. All about dim puns. Oh, no, you don't. We're not even. I'm not dealing with you. I'm not dealing with you right now. You get back. I'm not dealing with you either. Well, maybe I am, because I definitely took the wrong way. Oh, do not blow up on me. You're just lucky I'm not warp striking. Someone on YouTube just said that? Where's my YouTube chat? I can't see my YouTube chat. There it is. Even the devil dabbles in truth sometimes. Oh my gosh! I mean, that is true. We got the New Testament stories of the devil tempting Jesus with scripture, which is interesting. Oh my gosh, get off of me. Get away from me, you jerk. Running, 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 running. Running, running, and running, running, and. Running, running, and running, running, and. A king's struggle. I wish I could talk
the higher
like
you climb,
Ardyn.
the further you fall.
Oh, yeah. Ah! Well. Oh, accursed ads. Hey, everybody. Big money, no whammy here. So, chat. This is good stuff. Hey, thank you. Yes, sir. Y'all. Ravus. Oh, look at that. That's how he got his dad's sword. So Ravus gave him his sword, kind of. Now listen to this. This is some great storytelling here.
Rest easy. Your work is done.
Then we see these letters all over the place, so we read them. Rely upon the Alticians if you must, and cease all contact with the Empire. If you seek a covenant, you know full well the cost. Should Noctis succeed in claiming the power, I shall gladly restore his father's sword to him. So these are letters that Ravus had written, presumably to Luna. I shall send an escort. You and Gentiana will return to the manor. It is dangerous to remain in Lucis. The Empire fears the covenant with the Archean, and ere long they will come for you. Noctis may have the storm's blessing, but his powers remain as feeble as a breeze. Open your eyes, Lunafreya, and see the futility of your toils. He is unworthy of your sacrifice and of King Regis' sword. So these three letters, really interesting, right? Because they all kind of talk about how Ravus doesn't necessarily believe in Noctis, and yet, if one telling thing is, if Noctis was to overcome the Leviathan, right, and receive that blessing, then there is this sense that Ravus would give him his father's sword, but he never got to. Now we will learn more about Ravus a little bit later on.
Well, Dad, let's see what your sword
But first, we got some swords to use. Ow. The sword drains your life, though, so that's kind of a pain.
That'll do just fine.
There we go. Back it up. I see y'all are talking about the devil. There's some interesting things about the devil. That is for a different stream, though. I will say most of the lore about the devil is going to come from Paradise Lost and Dante, rather than the biblical text itself. There are some interesting things in the scriptural stuff about devil, satanic figure, but largely it is modern representations are almost exclusively relegated to Milton and Dante. So. I've done a few, I've taught a couple of classes on Revelation and depictions of evil forces.
Can't you simply
in the
taste
past,
the air
and
of foreboding?
yeah. Okay, here we go.
Did you hear that? There's something out there.
There's something out there. Okay, so we're actually getting pretty close to where we need to be. So I'm actually going to swap it up and go the Gladio and Ignis route now. Okay, there's some other things that we could do, but eventually Noctis is going to make his way to a particular place, I guess, a particular hallway. Okay, so we're going to bounce over to Gladio and Ignis and see what they are doing over here. Yeah, everybody, we can have that conversation about the devil on another stream. I'm sure that we'll have some opportunities, and like I said, there may be a future venue for us to have these kind of chats moving forward. So yeah. For now, Iken, I did miss your stuff on Leviathan. Help me out here. Can you repost it for me? Hint, hint. Yeah, I've got some new stuff coming up, especially as summer rolls around.
Going up.
Going up. Is there a way forward?
Well, there's a way, but I don't see us going forward without facing off with the demons.
But now Noct is facing them alone. There must be some way we can help him.
Perhaps I could be of service.
What are you doing here?
Why, I come bearing gifts.
Good point, Iken. Yeah, I love that.
The hell?
See? Gifts. Now, I believe a thank you is in order.
For what? Another one of your stupid tricks?
Here I am, helping for a change.
Wait till 16 next Thursday.
I'm loath to trust him.
Same. But at this point, we need all the help we can get.
So just as Ardyn is playing mind games with Noctis, he's also going to play some mind games with Ignis and Gladio.
If anything were to happen to Noct,
Can't move forward if you're always looking backward. Quit thinking about what you could have done then, and start thinking about what you can do now.
You're right. What's done is done.
Let's go.
So if we can conjure our weapons again, does that mean Noct can too?
I have a feeling the Chancellor isn't so generous.
How come?
He may have feigned friendship, but he's proven a foe before. We'd best be careful.
I know how to play as Gladio. I played his DLC. Thank you very much. Now, everybody, this part, the Gladio version of Chapter 13, was not in Day 1 either. It's a completely separate sort of thing. Yeah, I know, right? Wait, we can listen to the radio.
This is the Imperial Security Bureau. A situation has arisen in several research sectors. All civilians must relocate to their designated refuge stations immediately. Failure to evacuate will result in incarceration or other appropriate disciplinary procedures. This emergency broadcast will repeat until the situation has been resolved. The Imperial Security Bureau thanks you for your cooperation.
You think that situation is us? Or something else?
The latter, I presume. Whatever it is must be a matter of considerable scale to warrant such a warning. Keep your ears open. These broadcasts might help us understand what's going on outside.
This is the Imperial Security Bureau. Also,
I got it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I already heard you. Okay, let's go. Much less horror here. Yeah, Gladio. That's what I'm talking about. Much easier with Gladio. Because of the weapons, you see. In here, Ignis. I love that Gladio just kind of glamour shot posed.
It's dead silent.
More like undead silent. Place is crawling with demons.
Right this way, gentlemen.
Proceed with caution.
So he opens up a whole new path.
A little closer. Yes, that's a good boy.
You too, Ignis. We're waiting on you, bud.
What is it?
Ignis is.
Found some kind of secret passage.
Led here by our guide.
Our guide.
Long as it's a step in the right direction, I'll take it.
Where are we now?
Wherever it is, it's a mess. Watch your step.
There we go.
Jeez. These things gone haywire or something.
Something.
Hey, Iggy. Think we might have found the control room. Got lots of monitors and stuff.
Which may help us monitor the rest of the keep. Does anything look operable?
Now, this next scene we're going to talk a lot about on Thursday when we do episode Ignis, or on our next stream.
I'm more of a low-tech kind of guy, but I'll see what I can do. What have we here? Huh. Looks like they wiped everything.
All of it?
Yep. Wait, I got something. There's one surveillance tape they forgot to erase. Almost like they wanted us to see it.
Well, then we best have a look. Whatever's on that tape might help us locate Noct and Prompto.
What of the Hydrian's power? What of my precious ring?
By the hand of the Oracle, they are with the king now, their rightful owner. And someday soon he shall use them to purge our star of its scourge.
But the crystal is mine. I am the one true king.
Nay, It is Noctis and none other. Certainly not a puppet of the darkness and the demons it has borne.
You are the puppet, and you must die.
This is that execution that the radio broadcasts had talked about, because he had put fealty in Noctis.
At last you have arrived, Noctis. The gods have shown you their favor. As blood of the Oracle, I present you your father's glaive. Now, go forth, my king. Shine your light unto the world.
Spare me your sycophancy. I've indulged your false heroism for far too long.
You tried to save the world in my stead, but it wasn't enough. The crystal chose me, not you. Oh, rejection hurts, doesn't it?
Ah! This is good.
Was that knocked?
No. Just that scumbag Chancellor posing.
We're going to talk about it in a second, everybody.
It
We're
sounded
going to talk
like
about it.
Ravus tried to return His Majesty's sword.
Yeah. Guess he finally got over his grudge. Even called Noct his king. Let's move. If that's what he did to Ravus, there's no telling what he'll do to Noct. Looks like Ardyn bought himself some time.
I want to explain what we
Leave
just
none
saw.
to waste. We're ready to find Noct before he does.
So we learned in chapter 11 that Ardyn can shapeshift and cause people to see something that they're not actually seeing. For example, in chapter 11, he swaps places with Prompto. Here, he masks himself as Noctis to go and see Ravus. This is a ultimate head game. Exactly right, Iken. Ravus dies professing the King of Kings in front of the Emperor, right? Putting his faith in Noctis. But the danger there would have been, what if Ravus goes to Noctis, right? What if he actually meets up with Noctis and says to him, here's your father's glaive. You are ascending. I'm putting my hope and my trust in you, Noctis. Well, that bolsters Noctis to some degree. Ardyn doesn't want that. Number two, Ravus has finally come to the realization that Noctis is who people believe him to be, who his father, who Luna said and believed him to be, and so, as he has finally made that turn from rejecting Noctis to accepting Noctis, what does Ardyn do? He appears as Noctis. Ravus goes through the speech of, you are the one, you are the chosen king, the king of light, restore light to our world, here is your father's glaive. What does he do? The last thing Ravus remembers is Noctis saying to him, save me your sycophancy. Remember, the king, the crystal chose me, not you. You know, and then rejection hurts, doesn't it, and kills him. So the idea there is that Ardyn is making sure Ravus feels like his trust and faith in Noctis was misplaced. Then he scatters the letters. And what did the letters say? It shows Ravus's ambivalence and hesitation toward going into believing in Noctis, so that Noctis goes and sees Ravus and reads all the letters, and it's kind of this idea of like, oh, Ravus didn't believe in me either, he doubted me, when their final conversation was going to be that Ravus puts his faith in Noctis. Does that make sense, chat? Ardyn is playing, again, 5D chess, right? He's playing all of these games to completely dismantle everybody around Noctis. Reva's faith is misplaced. Prompto's having an identity crisis. Ignis is blind. Gladio is doubting his own ability as S.H.I.E.L.D., and he's got this rift between him and Noctis. All of this is going on in this chapter, and it's just a masterclass of what an evil villain can do, and I absolutely love it. So, Ardyn says, hello Omega, how you doing? Just an exceptional added cutscene, just amazing. Now we'll revisit that scene when we talk about episode Ignis. In a few chapters, or in a few streams, or next stream actually.
Looks like some sort of cargo bay.
Then there's a high probability the crystal passed through here at some point in time. Is there a lift nearby they could have used to transport it?
But not over here. Might be something up ahead. Try this!
Oh, he is my favorite villain in the franchise, for sure. I love Sephiroth, but man, Ardyn is like the best, my favorite. Can we still run?
Right here.
Roger.
Okay, where's that other guy? Is this dude just crawling around? Come here, you. Okay. Okay. Just had to circle it several times. It is so good. Mostly been suspense, yeah. Now you're doing great, Omega. Glad you're here, buddy.
We ought to be close to the core of the keep by now.
And that's probably where they're keeping the crystal.
And most likely where Noct is headed as we speak.
All right, to Noct.
Try this! Any last words?
Bam! All right, Gladio, get him. He's so good. Yeah, he is. And we're gonna. Oh man, I can't. We gotta get to the end. I'm so excited to talk to y'all about this. I'm so excited. My gosh, it's fun to play as Gladio. So one thing that was kind of lost in the day one edition of this game is the boss fight that we're about to encounter. Toward the end of chapter 13, we skipped this part of chapter 13. Noctis is stalked by a demon.
Hey, there it is.
What is it?
The crystal. Right here on the screen.
Then we're close. Do you see any sort of control panel?
Sure do.
Good point, Lunchbox.
If it's anything like the Citadel, there should be a barrier barring access.
Yeah. Well, then we unbar it. You just tell me what to do.
Right.
Hey, Kat, what's up? Welcome in. There's the crystal, you guys. What? This is the demon that was stalking Noctis.
Cannot escape the hand of justice. The crystal is mine. Never shall I loose my grip. The crystal, the light, the power. All of it.
Yeah, it does. Watch. Now, notice this demon is Emperor Idolus, Aldercapt. That was not fully explained. You could deduce it when you were playing just as Noctis in the original day one sort of thing. But his name is like Foras, right? And it's really, really key that like it just makes sense. Like his proximity to the crystal, it's caused him to lose his mind completely, and it's caused him to transform into this demon. So, but they make that really explicit here. I'll make sure I get that radio, yeah. There we go. Get him. Get him, Gladio. Well, we missed.
Any last words?
Oh, we got him there. That was good. He really is a Silent Hill design, isn't it? It's a good one. Ow, jerk. Got him. Gave that wall the what for?
I can't hear it anymore. Is it dead?
Not yet. He just disappeared. You never seen one that talked like that before.
No one's so fixated on the crystal.
I thought Irenaeus said the demons were afraid
Maybe
of
like
the
moths
crystal.
to a flame. Or it may be one of the Empire's alternative facts.
Whichever it is, that monster is still on the loose.
We need to find it before it finds Nocticopter.
Fake news.
Oh dear, I can see the light fading from your friend's eyes.
Hang in there, Noct.
Trying. Can we grab some guns? That might be helpful, guys. Okay, thank you.
Wrong way.
Is it?
Not that way. The other way.
Okay, fine. Just examining the room, Ardyn. Just examining the room.
Keep going a little.
Oh, please. Yeah, I was supposed to know this secret door.
What's this? I think he stopped breathing.
I think he stopped breathing. Okay, let's listen to the radio.
This is a status report from the Imperial Defense Force. The demon outbreak stemming from several research facilities has been suppressed in most areas. Magitech infantry units have been deployed to remaining sectors. The situation is under control. For your safety, a temporary curfew is imposed on all city areas. Your cooperation is required to ensure the security of yourself and other civilians. This broadcast will repeat until the curfew has been lifted and order fully restored.
Oh, they've got their hands full. Bet they never thought their little pets would bust out of their cages.
I doubt even the demons could simply escape from such a secure facility. It's more likely their master set them free.
This is a status. The demon
Okay, just making sure. They're only one and done for these radios. There's one with the two soldiers. With two soldiers, excuse me. What am I doing?
If that son of a bitch even...
Wait!
Oh!
Can't you hear that?
Hear what?
Noct's voice.
Oh, I think this triggers it.
I heard it. Clear as day. This way. Follow me.
Hey! Wait up!
Yeah, that triggered it. Okay. Sorry about it. Suspense builds. Do 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 do. I love that part. That's it's a really good added piece of content for them. Just gives a little bit more framework, right? Ignis is Daredevil now. For real though. Now, back to Noctis. So, he's been running around. Here's something. The Wallbreaker Wave Test Report. The report concludes that the wave can neutralize not only the wall, but all magical phenomena exhibited by Lucian royalty. Moreover, based on the data acquired from the encounter with Shiva, an enfeebling effect on the Six can also be anticipated. So it's answering the question of how was the Empire able to break down that magic wall, right? And so it kind of talks about the warping and spellcasting abilities, able to dismantle that. And we can kind of go back a little bit and read a few other things as well really quick. But it just kind of gives a framework for what's been happening to explain like how are Noctis's no wait, this is right. It explains Noctis's inability to use weapons and all that kind of stuff. So with that, let's go on.
In case there was any doubt, it's a trap. Hurry, while you dawdle, people are dying.
Oh, hear that? Oh gosh, he's so sadistic. I love it.
Gone and done it now.
No, not you. Here.
Claudia!
Where are you?
Help me! Well, it takes you directly to the room, so I skipped a lot in Nox's thing.
There ought to be a kill switch nearby. Find it.
But I wanted to play up to Ravis's sword.
Reason we were brought here.
Help! Help! Hey guys, friends, we're back.
That was close.
How the hell did you get here?
You're welcome.
Thanks.
After we were separated, we received help from the usual suspect.
That bastard's playing with us. But at least we're together.
All but one of us.
All but one of us.
Reunited with your retainers.
Oh,
at
it's in this
last.
area? Okay.
How very touching. Must be a fine feeling, having friends. Look how happy you are.
Hey, is anybody out there? Anybody
I
who
pray
hasn't
you find
turned
your
yet?
dear
Anybody?
Prompto soon.
Yeah. So the final radio broadcast, and we'll actually hit that once we grab Prompto. Which is good. It is with regret I hereby suspend my plans to restore the Magitech weapon to full functionality. The spineless powers that be fear further incidents, and my efforts to activate and control the device were futile, it seems. If it is some sort of autonomous armament, then only divine intervention could bring the mech back alive, or back online. Until that time comes, however, the device shall remain sealed. Dun dun dun. Kind of a room of operations here. Big red button.
Locked. Meaning there's someone inside?
Prompto!
Oh, I knew you'd go that way. Oh, you're such a tease.
There he is. Oddly, in a very cruciform
Hey,
sort of
you all right?
Are you hurt?
pose.
Do you need help?
I'm fine. Thank you, Noct.
No sweat.
Tell me, were you worried about me?
Absolutely.
Of course I was. What kind of question is that?
Of course. That's why you came. Like I believed you would.
Prompto.
That's why I told myself I couldn't die. Not until I could see you. And hear you tell me I'm not a fake. That I'm the real me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Everything's all right now.
So good, right? Just great stuff. Poor Prompto. Okay, let's just... all those bruises on him, right? Yeah. Pretty terrifying. Widow baby.
Knocked. Do you hear that?
Hear what?
I've heard this sound before. On the train, just before
Yeah.
your weapons failed you. It's nearby. And it may hold the key to restoring your power. It's here.
This thing?
Yeah, it's definitely stifling breathing. Okay, let's watch. This is big.
Door's locked.
It's coming from within. Is there no way through?
There's a way.
This is crazy.
So, MTs, they've got those code prints. Just like I do.
Do they? Never looked.
Yeah. So, as it turns out, I'm one of them. Not exactly something I could tell people growing up in Lucis. Still, you guys are like the only friends I've ever known. I just hope that things can stay the way they were.
Whatever. Who cares where you were born?
I don't see you turning against us. Not now or ever.
Thanks, guys. Still, I can't change where I came from. What I am.
Since when does where you come from matter to you? You never once treated me as a prince.
He's got you there.
Never so much as a highness.
We're done here. Come on, crowned citizen.
You're one of us, right?
Right.
Unless you'd rather not be.
Perfect response. It's so good, right? And so one thing that we have kind of missed out on, I think, at the tail end of Noctis's lone journey, before I jumped over to Gladio and Ignis, is you do get to read a series of research logs and you hear a few radio broadcasts, but it's essentially saying that humans are turning into demons, that they're all kind of like succumbing to this scourge, the star scourge, and that's why there's clothes all over the place. And so you kind of pick that up in some of the manuscripts and stuff. Here you see the Emperor's clothing, hence, you know, what happened to those while he was running around as Forrest, the demon. A couple of other things with that. Here, Prompto shows his true identity. Remember, in day one, Prompto DLC was not out. All you had to go off of was these scenes right here. But back then I remember playing through this part, and I remember saying to myself, okay, so Prompto has been really nervous of revealing himself as a son of the Empire, or a son of the enemy of Noctis, you know? And I think that that's really key, because earlier in the game we talked about how Noctis has these 3 roles. He's got the protector, he's got the caretaker, and he's got the trusted friend. And as we've been making this analogy with King David in the Old Testament Jewish scriptures, we've talked about how Jonathan is David's best friend, and Prompto is Noctis's Jonathan. The other thing about Jonathan is that he is Saul's son, and Saul is always trying to chase down David to kill him. So kind of an interesting parallel there with this. We talked a little bit about that last time. Let's keep going. Yeah, great point there.
So, did it work?
With the device down and out, Nox power should be up and running.
Go on, try it.
All right. Moment of truth.
Yeah, we got our weapons back.
We're back, baby.
Good game.
What a relief.
Good game. Prompto. Okay. 5 seconds ago, you were giving us your deep, dark secrets, and now you're slapping his butt. Are you kidding me? Okay, can I put on some different things here? Yeah, let's do that. I love it. Thunderbolt. Oh, we need the Masamune. Weight of the Mystic's pretty good for HP. And the ring, I'll keep the ring just because it makes sense to. Wait, is that all that I had? Make absolutely sure on that. Yeah, we get really need to pick. Oh, hi there, opening.
All in bullet time, baby.
Your turn, Gladio. Yeah, definitely go for the little ones. It'd be a shame for you to use your special attacks on the big guy that's attacking us. Good game. Oh, hi there, opening. Gotcha. So that's coming. Yeah, ProfNoctis doesn't have the same ring to it, really. Okay, everybody, this way, this way. We have things to get. I'll say that. Oh crap, I'm still in battle. We left somebody alive. Who's alive? Oh, this demon over here. Great. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't warp strike for a second. Okay, you gonna hit us? I'm trying to dodge, so it'll attack him. Okay. Battle crisis averted.
Let us make haste.
I see you decided to rock the ring.
Had to. No weapons, no friends, no choice, really. You know, somebody here's got to fight to rescue the crystal. Not to mention rescue all of your asses.
Spoken like a true king.
Was that?
About time.
The ring represents a great burden, but you don't bear it alone.
You can say that again. Especially now that y'all have your weapons back.
Okay. So, give us our freaking pathway. Maybe it's back here. Ah, yes it is.
Hey, buddy. Could you try to stick together?
Hey, dude, just catch up, man. Ow. Hey, buddy, could you try to help me? Okay. Now how about down this hallway, maybe? Wouldn't that be nice?
Let us make haste.
Anybody else? Okay. Keep on hitting me, everybody. I'll just keep on countering. There we go. Get him. Break him.
Hopefully Biggs and Wedge both made it to safety.
Yeah, here's
Who
hoping.
and who?
Our train drivers.
Okay.
And soldiers. They can fend for themselves.
Oh, you'll get a Rising Tide stream. Maybe not on the night it comes out, but you are going to get one. I think the night it comes out, I will be, unfortunately, finishing this game, unless I change some things up, so... Yeah, I got to talk to y'all about the flood, right? Good grief, guys. Alright, everybody, just kill this guy. Come on. There's always one left over. Always one.
Now then, the crystal.
I'm guessing the way is locked.
Well, I guess it's a good thing somebody has keys to the whole fortress.
Glad you really come into your own.
Aren't I?
Aren't I? So let's come back and then to this way, maybe.
Where's that elevator?
Where is that elevator? We're back to Prompto. It's like led me the completely wrong way. Okay, let's go back this way.
So, where'd you guys park the regalia?
Outside. Though park ain't the right word.
That's a rough
She's
topic,
broken down,
Prompto.
alas.
Took one for us. Saved our lives.
Sure did. Here we go. Too soon, Prompto. Too soon. Ha! I'm sure it would help if I didn't run so far ahead, but you know what? That ain't my style. Delta daggers. Oh, he already owns those. Great. Okay, we're good. Wait. Are there items? We could use items. Yeah, let's do so many items. How much money we got? Oh, we got so much money. So much money. Not so much money anymore. But enough money. Enough. Wait, we can sell things. Like treasures. Oops. I need there to be a sell all treasures. Oh. So much money, everybody. It is a great time to be a Final Fantasy fan, you guys. Now's as good a time as any to tell you a little bit of some things that I have coming up. I can't tell you like all of my summer plans just yet, because I've got to finalize them, but I can tell you some things that are going to be happening over the next little bit, which is going to be really good. So we're going to get the Final Fantasy 16 DLC on April 18th. My goal is to play it the following week. And then I will be hosting a conversation with 8-Bit D. She is a major Leviathan fan. She's got a giant Leviathan tattoo all the way down her arm. She and I are going to geek out over the Leviathan DLC for Final Fantasy 16. That's going to be on May 1st. And so after the semester is over, we'll be doing that. It's going to be a great time. Hope you'll tune in for that. I've also got some other collabs coming up. Once I finally beat FF7 Rebirth, I'm going to be hosting a big spoiler cast where we just all kind of like deep dive into all of our thoughts and theories and stuff, as well as a number of videos that I am currently kind of sifting through and putting together. I don't need that. For Rebirth content, which is going to be really fun. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great one. So, you've never seen me play 14 or Stranger of Paradise. Well, good news. I and two of my real-life friends...
Hey, buddy? Could you try to stick together?
Prompto, I need you to chill. We're going to be playing some more Stranger of Paradise. We used to play a lot of Stranger of Paradise on stream, and we're going to definitely do it. We're going to finally finish that game. It's a great, chaotic stream with the three of us playing, and oh man. Oh, it's the Emperor!
Truly be. The Emperor does seem kind of keen on the ring.
So we fight him? Take mercy.
Oh, ow, that was pain.
Nice try. Nothing the four of us can't handle.
Gladio.
Get back!
Well, I'll tell you this. All of your theories will be completely either confirmed or debunked when I do my spoiler cast. Oh my gosh, guys. Get it together.
That was kind of terrifying.
Wasn't it? Just absorb him with the ring. Okay, let's rescue all of our friends. Get up on your feet, everybody. Oh my gosh, you guys. Prompto, get it together. I just finished all of the intel outside of proto-relics in Cosmo Canyon, and I'm about to go into Cosmo Canyon, the town.
Ready for this?
I'll do that later tonight after this stream, actually. So. Dang it! Why my ring is not doing it for me? Get the ring. Let's just attack.
Try this.
Oh, hi there, opening.
Ignis, I've just the Gladio.
Prompto, dead again. Okay. I've enjoyed everything about Cosmo Canyon so far.
I can still be of use.
Got him! The Empire shall span all the lands.
By the crystal's light, we shall flourish.
We shall flourish.
Rise as ruler of the world.
All right, things are looking up.
He says after he dies. Oh my goodness. Let's take a little sit, everybody. We just killed the Emperor, so it's important for us to catch up on life. So how you been? Yeah. He did. He was... Oh, good, Prompto. Not too sad to take some pics. There's Ignis about to get walloped by an iron giant. Good grief. Okay, what we got here? Oh. Ooh, how magical. Nice slide tackle into a wall, Noctis. Oh, that's epic. Oh, there's our friend the Emperor. I'm thirsty. That looks like Gladio's trying to attack Noctis. Okay, well, not your best effort, Prompto, but... Alright. Time to finish this.
One hell of a hanger.
Look at him.
Okay, everybody. Crap's about to go down. Okay? We got a boss fight, but then, like, it's on. Like Donkey Kong.
The space.
So the central elevator's through here.
And out of the loading bay.
Your Majesty, your precious crystal awaits you. To liven things up, I thought I'd take you on a stroll down memory lane. Of course, memories decay with time.
Easily the hardest fight in the game. This one right here.
What's left of him?
When I did my level 1 playthrough of this game, this was so freaking difficult. Also, Ardyn has resurrected Ravis to attack Noctis, right? I mean, the mind games never finish. And notice, Ravis here is going to be... Oh my gosh. Like, the mind games are out of control because Noctis thinks that Ravis doesn't believe in him. Ravis at this point believes that Noctis tried to kill him, or did kill him, right? There's a number of insane things happening here. Does he know that Ardyn really is behind it? It's kind of ambiguous, but... That's a heck of a dodge there.
Try this.
Ow!
Just the thing.
On my way.
Just the thing.
Get out of there! Somebody help Prompto. God, this music though. Exactly, Jedi. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Woo! Let's go ahead and use that real quick. Get up, everybody. Get up. Get up!
Just the thing.
Oh, somebody help Prompto. Phoenix down, boy. Yeah, she won a Lifetime Achievement Award. Yoko Shimomura. She does the music for Kingdom Hearts. This, I feel, was her magnum opus. It's just so good. Oh, hi there, opening.
All in bullet time, baby.
Oh, all in bullet time.
Just the thing.
Other way, Ignis. There we go. Gladio!
Try this.
Yeah. This music is so good. It's the song that plays, like a version of the song that plays with so many great moments in this game, but especially Luna at the altar, so it's kind of a callback to that too. So good. Woo! We gotta bring Iggy back up. Buzz off! Could they please stop killing Prompto? Oh my gosh, stop dying, Prompto.
Life just the thing.
Woo! That was pain. Everybody used one. Seriously, the Ravis fight, you always have to have some Phoenix Downs on hand. Crap, I didn't use one on Gladio. Ow! Get up, everybody, get up. All in bullet time.
Gladio. Ignis. Life just the thing.
Woo! Let's just use another mega potion. Get up! Knock this!
Just the thing.
Oop, whoops, wrong button. Oh! Dead prompto. Okay. Getting to the point that I can't really keep reviving them.
Don't worry about me. Gladio.
Prompto and Ignis are dead. Awesome.
Gladio.
Ow! Yikes!
Gladio. Try this.
There we go. Let's go. There you go, boys. Have we done it? We did it. Hoo boy. Alright, everybody, here we freaking go.
A sorry end for the High Commander. For anyone.
Flawless.
He was a man with hopes and dreams.
It's horrible.
What kind of fiend makes demons of men?
Look alive. Company.
Ignis,
More.
stay close.
We're getting nowhere.
Just keep coming.
No! You must go on alone.
Okay.
If you can obtain the crystal's power, you may yet be able to turn the tide. Elsewise, we are more likely to perish.
Biggie's right. It's our only chance.
What about you? We'll manage somehow. Just get moving.
You could still get to the crystal if you went on your own. Your friends will have to stay behind.
Ow.
Nice try.
I just got attacked. Get out of there. Okay, here we go. Let's freaking do this.
Hangar gate
It's a
closing.
race.
Please stand clear.
You better think fast. I don't envy you your decision.
The story's all there. It's just a lot. It's easy to miss the story.
Betraying your friends for the greater good. The mark of a monarch. Step forth, your majesty. If you wish to obtain the crystal's power, you must be prepared to lose or else.
There they are. All right, everybody. This is the part that I was talking about at the beginning. This is the reason why this is a stream. This is the reason why there's a Professor Noctis. This is the reason why I have a dissertation, a doctoral title. The reason I teach.
Do
The
you
reason you're here.
suppose your dear friends are still alive? Those who died for you, do you ever wonder what went through their minds? Can you even recall their final words?
Sadistic.
I'll come back for you all. I swear.
All right, everybody. We're going to let this play out, okay? I'm not going to talk much. And then I'm going to, we're going to talk a good deal, okay? So hang in there. You're not going to hear a lot of commentary from me, just a few explanatory things, and then we're going to talk about how to think about this, okay?
How far does this go? Crystal had better be here. Everyone's counting on it. Counting on me.
Whoa. I got it all turned around right there. I moved my mouse accidentally.
Your journey is over, Noct.
All right, here we go.
Please. Help me stop the demons. Why?
Unharmed by the light, the chosen king. Allow me to regale you with a tale. In an age long past, an incurable scourge ravaged mankind. A tiny menace that twisted men into monsters, the likes of which you've seen. In Lucis lived a savior who could cure the afflicted. His body would come to host myriad demons. Let countless lives be spared. But a jealous king, one chosen by the crystal, ostracized and demonized this healer of the people, making a true monster of him. I gave you my name earlier, but you should know that it was not the name given to me at birth. Ardyn Lucis Kylum is my proper name. You'll never guess whose name Izunia was. Killing his immortal will bring me scant satisfaction. Playing with Mister's power, arise as its champion. Only once the crystal and king are no more. I know redemption. Come back soon. I shall keep your friends company until you are.
All right, chat. Before we get to this next part, we're going to talk for just a moment. Okay, so let's chat about what we just saw for a second. Just to let you know what's happened here. Ardyn, as Noctis is getting sucked into this crystal, into the quote Ark of the Covenant, right? Which we've kind of talked about. As Noctis is getting sucked into the crystal, Ardyn reveals himself. For a moment, he just kind of tells Noctis. He says, "Let me regale you with a tale. There once was a man who was able to absorb the sickness, the disease, the scourge, the demons of all of those in his time, right? He was able to absorb those things. He was a healer of the people. Yet he was a king not yet chosen by the crystal. And then he was rejected by the crystal, rejected by the gods, because his body was made host to myriad demons. He's kind of telling this whole story. And then he says that another king deceived, basically, and usurped. Now, there's a few things here. Why was he rejected? Why was he rejected by the crystal? I want to share something with you, chat. 1 Samuel chapter 13. It goes back to the very first king of Israel. So Samuel has anointed Saul as king. And he's tall. He's decent in battle. These are kind of the only things that they were kind of looking at this point. But in 1 Samuel chapter 13, I'm just going to read this story to you. It says, Saul was 30 years old when he became king, and he reigned over Israel for 42 years. Saul chose 3,000 men from Israel. 2,000 were with him at Michmash and in the hill country of Bethel. That's not really important. Just listen to the overarching theme of this. 1,000 were with Jonathan, his son, at Gibeah and Benjamin, and the rest of the men he sent back to their homes. Now Jonathan attacked the Philistine outposts, and the Philistines heard about it. Saul had the trumpet blown throughout the land and said, "Let the Hebrews hear." So all Israel heard the news that Saul had attacked the Philistine outpost, and now Israel has become obnoxious to the Philistines. So the people were summoned to join Saul for battle at Gilgal. The Philistines assembled to fight Israel with 3,000 chariots, 6,000 charioteers. Again, not necessarily important, but they're getting ready for war. Now, when the Israelites saw that the situation was critical and that their army was hard pressed, they hid in caves and thickets, some among rocks, among the pits and cisterns, and Hebrews even crossed the Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. Now, Saul remained at Gilgal, and the troops were with him, all quaking in fear. This is what's important. All of this is kind of set up. He waited 7 days, the time set by Samuel. But Samuel did not come to Gilgal, and Saul's men began to scatter because they're terrified. So he said, listen to this, "Bring me the burnt offering and the fellowship offerings." And Saul offered up burnt offerings. And you need to understand, as they are about to go into battle, one of the ceremonial sort of procedures and processes that would happen in ancient Near Eastern kingship narratives of sacred warfare, divine warfare, is that there would be offerings, acts of worship that would be done. Now, this is really, really critical. A king does not do those acts of worship. That rests on the prophet or the high priest. Here's what happens next. It says, Saul offered up the burnt offering, and just as he finished making the offering, Samuel arrived, and Saul went out to greet him. And Samuel immediately asked, "What have you done?" And Saul replied, "When I saw that the men were scattering and that you did not come at first and that the Philistines were assembling, I thought, now the Philistines will come down against me at Gilgal, so I have not sought the Lord's favor. So I felt compelled to offer a burnt offering." And Samuel said, "You have done a foolish thing. You have not kept the command the Lord your God gave you. If you had, he would have established your kingdom over Israel for all time. But now your kingdom will not endure. The Lord has now sought out a man after his own heart and appointed him ruler of all the people, because you have not kept the Lord's command." So the first sin of Samuel, the first sin of Saul, at least regarding to his kingship, is the fact that he is a king acting in the role of a prophet. He is a king acting in a role of a prophet. Okay? Israel, ancient Israel, had a delineation of power. They believed that this was a God-designed sort of checks and balances system, where a king would be held in check by the prophet. And the prophet would assist the king, but that was the spiritual sort of thing was really in the prophet's court. Saul was impatient, as you say, Leon, but he also performs the offering. He is a king that's acted in the way of a prophet. Now, just in the next chapter, 1 Samuel chapter 14, he does this. He does more things, right? He's beginning to get into. He's beginning to get into some new difficulties of like, yikes, he's making hasty vows. He's basically like failing in his ability to create enact responsibility. And so I want to share with you what it says in 1 Samuel 15. Samuel said to Saul, "I am the one the Lord sent to anoint you king over his people Israel. So now listen to this message from the Lord. This is what God said, the Lord Almighty says, I will punish the Amalekites for what they did to Israel. So now go and attack them." So similar things are happening, and Saul is in this enactment. But at the very end of this third sort of infraction that all began with Saul acting in the role of a prophet, it says, "Until the day Samuel died, he did not go to see Saul again, though Samuel mourned for him. And the Lord regretted that he had made Saul king over Israel." The Lord had regretted that he had made Saul king over Israel. God rejects Saul's kingship, okay? And then moves toward another king. Now, this is a really fascinating sort of piece here. We know from the role of Oracle with Luna that what does she do? We learned this in chapter 1. She goes into the towns and the villages and she heals people of their diseases. She goes in and heals people of the things that are plaguing them, the star scourge, and she absorbs it into herself. That is her role as an oracle, right? Kind of an interesting sort of thing. Noctis does not do that. Regis does not do that. And so what's interesting here is that this game is riffing on this idea of this delineation of power. Now, it is particularly interesting, right, that Ardyn is chosen by the crystal, chosen by the gods, and then is rejected after the fact. Why? Because he's got myriad demons within him. So it's not necessarily as though God is rejecting Ardyn or the gods are rejecting Ardyn, right? They're rejecting the unworthiness, the unholiness, the myriad demons that are housed within him. Does that make sense, chat? They're rejecting that inner sort of thing that he has absorbed. And because of that, he can't ascend into kingship. Now, is it a flaw? Yeah, it's absolutely a flaw in the plan, right? Now, there are ways to be able to stifle that kind of demonic energy. We see that with Luna, but even that takes a toll on her body. Now, exactly, Lady of the Rings, you can't be a king and an oracle. And so because his body becomes host to myriad demons, he is unworthy. Would it be akin to the sins that Saul committed is why the crystal rejects Ardyn? Exactly. Saul, a king, acts in the role of a prophet. Ardyn, a would-be king, is absorbing the star scourge like an oracle. Does that make sense? Saul, a king, is acting in the role of a priest or a prophet. Ardyn, a would-be king, chosen by the crystal and the gods, is acting in the role of an oracle. Chat, when I was playing this, I hear this, Ardyn Lucis Caelum, that Noctis's great grandfather, right? Or rather, all the way back to his grandfather's brother, right? Ardyn has been holding a grudge against the entire line of kings, from his brother all the way down to Noctis. Now, we will learn more about that. Once we get to episode Ardyn in a couple of things. But there's some big things here. So this is the big thing. When I watched this the first time, I was like, Ardyn Lucis Kylum. Oh my gosh. He's rejected by the crystal. He was host to myriad demons. And all of a sudden it was like, holy crap, this is Saul. And he's chasing down David. Now, what is the story of Saul? The story of Saul is this. He's rejected by God. And he feels as though he's been cheated by God. Right? He's been set up to fail. Samuel was running late. Everything that Saul does has a rootedness in reason and wisdom, right? Everything is rooted in the wisdom of the day. Like, it makes sense. Let's offer a sacrifice so that we can go into battle and also have God's blessing. The heart is in the right place, and yet it doesn't follow this structure that's set by the divine. I'm not asking anybody to agree with the structure or any of that kind of stuff. This is the framework of sacred kingship in divine warfare. So when that happens, I'm watching this happen, and I'm like, Ardyn has been chasing Noctis as though he is David to his Saul, right? He is chasing down David to overcome him because the people are singing and screaming, Saul has killed his thousands, David his tens of thousands. And so if Saul can beat David, then that proves that Saul is a worthier king than David is. In the same way, if Ardyn can beat a fully actualized ascended Noctis, he proves the gods wrong and he proves himself to be better than Noctis. Make sense? Ardyn wants Noctis, the King of Kings, the Prince of Light, the King of Light, to fully ascend and be fully powered so that Ardyn can prove the gods wrong and show that he should have been chosen rather than Noctis. Makes sense, chat? Everything Ardyn has done, if you think back, he's opened the way to go see all of the gods. It opens the way, he opens the pathway for the Empire to not get in the way of Noctis. All right? And Ardyn has been the greatest assist to Noctis while also pushing these sort of things, right? Into Noctis. So yeah, there's a bunch of things that are happening in the chat. Dot potatoes. So yes, there is. So a prophet is a priest. Okay, that's important to know. A prophet is a priest. But it's a specific type of priest. These prophets eventually, from Egypt, sacred kingship began in Egypt. And it was the idea that the king was God, Pharaoh. And then in the Mesopotamian realms, just surrounding Egypt, they moved into the king as priest king. Okay? And so there is this idea that the priest king is kind of a go-between, intercessor between the divine and the humans. But then you move into this mentality of a specific priest and king, and that specific priest is called a prophet. The prophet's roles are threefold. They legitimize the king's appointment. Not every priest can do that. Number two, they serve as the king's conscience and counsel. And then finally, they serve as the ones that interpret and share the will and word of God. They're not about seeing the future. They never tell the future. They give warnings about the future, but that's different than being a kind of fortune teller, which the Bible is not really interested in. But this is a very specific role within the priesthood. And so for the purpose of our discussion, we're talking about prophets as priests, but in the specific role of relationship with the king. Okay? It's different from, say, the high priest, but yeah. Samuel is the last judge, first prophet. Yeah. Though sometimes Moses is called, that sort of thing. Joseph was a fortune teller. Yes, that's accurate, or more of a dream interpreter, rather, which is a different sort of function. He's not into divination, and that's really a key piece there. The mythology of kind of divination and mysticism in the Old Testament is a really fine line there. So, yeah. Those earlier parts of the story where Noctis connects with the people's troubles and concerns are suddenly a very important contrast with Ardyn. Yes, Ardyn has lost sight. Yeah, that's exactly right. He was a governor prince. Sure. I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Samuel's the last prophet, priest, and judge. Saul was given an evil spirit by God. Correct me if I'm wrong. But isn't a similar thing happened to Ardyn? Leon, that is an interesting thing to kind of say, I guess. One interpretation based on the scriptural passages that they would have said during their days is that he had an evil spirit, right, that tormented him. Now, is that a euphemism for a guilty conscience? Is that a euphemism for something that's like plaguing his spirit? Or is that an actual evil spirit sort of thing? And there's a lot of different theological interpretations. One could argue that Luna isn't really a priest because she doesn't perform sacrifices. Right, a conduit to the divine, but not a sacrificial one. Right. And so the ritual is different, right? We're not talking about a one-to-one sort of thing. We're talking about, she is crafting a covenant with the gods, is the go-between. These are at altars, right? And so, if you look at all kinds of different groupings and stuff, you're not going to necessarily always have a blood sacrifice, that sort of thing. The role of prophet / priest, and we are merging those together in this, that's a really interesting, the point is it's an intercessory sort of role. Sometimes it's through sacrifice, sometimes it's through prayer and stuff like that. Lunchbox. So Saul did for his people, and it wasn't what God wanted, so God took away everything. Am I getting the gist? Yes, you are, Lunchbox. That's right. Now, one thing to understand is that they are living in a framework. I want to be really careful here, chat. The Bible can be two things, prescriptive and descriptive. And I want to be very, very, very careful with the idea that every aspect of the Bible is a prescriptive usage, okay? Just because something is said in the Bible does not mean, catch me on this, just because something is said in the Bible does not mean that it is a prescription for how we are to live and believe today. Sometimes there are elements in the Bible that are descriptive for what a specific culture at a specific time believed and felt was prescribed to them for that day. It is for this reason that we wear clothing, if you are religious in a Judeo-Christian and Jewish even sort of thing. It's the reason we wear clothes with mixed materials, right? Because that was descriptive of what was happening at that time for us. But for them, it was prescriptive. Now, we can argue all day long as to whether or not it was prescriptive for them. I would say that every rule in the Bible has some foundedness in the survivability and in the holiness sort of codes, right? We talked about this when we talked about Levitical law. I think that this is a really fascinating sort of thing to talk about. Yeah, Lunchbox, there are critiques of this, and I want you to hear me. They are valid critiques, but when you're operating in a framework, which is we are living within the confines of this kind of structure of obedience to the divine, which isn't unique to the Jewish people of this time. It's not unique at all. In fact, it's very common to almost every ancient Near Eastern religious philosophy of the day. They're just kind of in the midst of that. Now, you go into New Testament, there's going to be there's a bit more element of a grace sort of thing, where we can certainly talk, even toward the destruction of the temple and in exile, there was also a little bit more grace. We hear that from the prophet Ezekiel, right? And so one thing to remember, Chad, if I can get my students to ever understand one key thing, the descriptions of the character of God and the way that people understand the character of God from Genesis all the way through the Deuteronomistic history, all the way through the exile, all of this tells a story that does result in a prescription of who God is based on what people have learned in the past. Okay, this is what we call progressive revelation. It is the idea that there is a progression to the knowledge of God. Does that make sense, everybody? That's like a huge sort of thing. The big thing that I want you to pick up on here that's just so powerful, so meaningful, is that this moment roots this game and the story of this game in the Judeo pre-Messianic narrative of what is a king? What makes a good king? What does a king need out of his or her prophet? What do you do with a lineage of failed kings? And check this out, everybody. What do you do with a lineage that usurped a king that could have been? What do you do with a lineage that usurped a king that could have been? And how did that usurpation, how did all of this result in a divine war? Okay, Lunchbox, this kind of gets to your point of if God has this sort of thing, didn't he set him up for failure? And that is an incredibly fascinating thing, right? If you have a God who has an attribute of compassion, Shiva, and a God who is an attribute of wrath, Ifrit, a God of justice, Bahamut, a God of provision, Rama, a God of lament and regret and sorrow, Leviathan, a God of creational intention, Titan. Then, which one wins out when Ardyn is rejected? These are the questions, right? It's a question of, you have these 6 gods that are all in a fight with one another. But the thing that this game is doing so interestingly, I think, is riffing on an idea of religion that has one God, and yet there are multiple attributes at play. When the attributes are at war, who suffers? Well, we talked about that in chapter 12. The city of Solheim was completely burned to the ground. The city, the world was in danger. And it seems like this was completely and totally, the creation was in danger. And exhausted from war, the gods went silent and dormant. And people tried to figure things out on their own. You had some that were still connected to God, the Lucians. And then you had others that rejected the gods and sought to kill the gods by making technology, right? Just a fascinating sort of framework. And there's a ton of commentary that could be said here. Okay, so if this hasn't boggled your mind enough, we have a little bit more cutscenes for this. I'm seeing some stuff about Jacob and Esau. Jedi, yes. We're going to talk about Jacob and Esau during episode Ardyn. Big time, right? So good. Yeah, we've got a big cutscene coming up. So hold on to your hats. Let's keep going, because we are finally going to meet Bahamut. So, by process of elimination, I've just named them all. By process of elimination, Bahamut is justice. And I want you to hear the lens of justice here. Let's go. An attribute of God may have, Lunchbox. Yeah. A bigger body count. But again, that's not necessarily what would be the thought. It is justice is being done. And it doesn't matter because of the justice and the glory, the holiness, the ultimate will of God has to be done through circumstantial will. So that's some good stuff. Let's get into this and then we'll continue our conversation because we got a lot to talk about with Bahamut. Let's go.
Gather strength, O chosen.
Read the subtitles, everybody. It's hard to hear it.
The fate of this world falls to the King of Kings. His providence consecrated in the divine light of the crystal. So it is ordained, the revelation of Bahamut.
Okay, so what is this place, Bahamut?
The heart of the crystal, wherein lies the soul of the star. And it is in this place that the king will gain the power to fulfill his calling.
Where are my friends?
They stand against the darkness and abide in hope. Sustained by faith unfaltering that their king shall arise and bring deliverance. By the covenants awakened, the six have seen the coming of the prophesied hour. A time when the crystal shall have shed the entirety of its light unto the ring. Only then, once the sacred ring is replete, can the true king complete his ascension. And only by the true king's hand can the immortal accursed be banished and the light restored to this world.
Who is the accursed? You can probably imagine who it is.
A man cursed with life eternal, whose immortality stems from the self-same scourge that wrought the demons. One so impure of body and soul was deemed unworthy of the crystal's light and forbidden to ascend. His mind twisted by spite and bent on revenge, the usurper came to bring darkness down upon our world. Only the true king, chosen by the crystal and guarded by his forebears, can end the accursed's madness.
What is providence?
It is the sole means to ending the immortal accursed. A power greater than even that of the Six, purifying all by the light of the crystal and the glaives of rulers past.
I want to stop there for a second because that is massive. So, we have the idea that the accursed is this one whose body and soul had been so corrupted by the absorption of demons. We'll come to find out once we get to episode Ardyn that he was not allowed to ascend. He was rejected by the crystal. He was rejected by the gods. And so this has caused great strife in the divine. It's also caused great strife right here. And then all of the solution to all of this, rejection hurts, doesn't it? That line hits differently, right? Bahamut is now saying there is a key to solving this. It's about ridding the world of the accursed because he's immortal throughout every age and generation. And there is a solution that takes on a greater power than even that of the six, purifying all by the light of the crystal and the glaives of rulers past. Get that? Greater than that of the six, but purifies the light, purifying all by the light of the crystal and the glaives of rulers past. That's key. So it's essentially the fulfillment of the repudiation, the fulfillment, and the enhancement even of all of the kings that failed before Noctis. All right? All of their positives, going to the tombs, like we said in chapter 2, absorbing and learning their lessons, and then having their legitimization, like Luna does in chapter 9 with her kind of dying breath. Let's continue here, and I'm gonna help you understand this a little bit better. So this power greater, what is that power? We find out.
Only at the throne can the chosen receive it, and only at the cost of a life his own. The King of Kings shall be granted the power to banish the darkness, but the blood price must be paid. To cast out the usurper and usher in dawn's light will cost the life of the chosen. Many sacrificed all for the king, so must the king sacrifice himself for all. Now enter into reflection, let the light of providence shine within.
All right, chat, let's talk for a second. There's still a little bit left, but this is a big, big moment. The solution to this divine war, the solution to the immortal accursed, is that the King of Light, this quote, King of Kings, must be sacrificed. A blood price must be paid. So, theologically, I want to talk about this. The end of chapter 13 is when we begin to move from a narrative that's pretty much about David and Saul into a messianic understanding, okay? And I'm specifically going to talk about Jewish and later Christian understandings of the Messiah. There's lots of understandings of Messiah, but yeah, Noctis is going to be our Jesus figure. Now, this, when I was studying for my dissertation and all this kind of stuff, no, not exactly, Lunchbox. And I'm going to explain that in just a second. Actually, I'll explain that a lot in chapter 14. It's not that they screwed up. It's that they are who they are. And every attribute has to be satisfied, okay? And this is an incredibly, this is something that gets mixed up. That somehow the divine has screwed up in these religious stories. The divine has screwed up and they've got to make good on this. But instead, if a perfect God, according to religious tradition, has, and I'm just going to use these 6 attributes we've talked about here as an example, creation has to be honored. Provision has to be honored. Justice has to be honored. But what do you do with sinful people? Well, you can have mercy, compassion, a side of God that has to be honored, but also a place of sorrow that has to be honored, but also wrath has to be honored as well. Wrath is as much a part of the divine order and structure and good as compassion. And this is something that I really try to help my students understand. We today, one of my favorite phrases is, and it's everybody from Mark Twain to Thoreau, several people have been attributed with this. But the phrase goes like this. I think I mentioned this to those of you that were in my Final Fantasy 16 streams. In his mercy, God created humanity in his image. And then, ever since, humanity has tried to return the favor. There is this concept that the goodness of the divine, or the compassion of the divine, or the attributes of the divine are more like we're perfect, right? And so we're laying our perfect and good attributes on the divine. But instead, it is this aspect of the divine has emblazoned and embranded humanity with the divine attributes. That is why we have this conversation of what do we do with the world when it goes wrong, with offenders in the world? Do we jail them or do we let them go? Is there death penalty? And there's all kinds of debate and discussion ethically about that. Or is there forgiveness? And in a sacred kingship framework, there is the question of how are all of these being satisfied? And the solution, according to Bahamut here, is that because justice stands outside of compassion and wrath, right? Outside of Shiva and Ifrit. Justice is removed. And justice can be done by compassion, but it must also be done by wrath. Doesn't that make sense? And so, in order to satiate wrath, there must be punishment. And that's the story that's kind of being told here, right? So, when it comes to the rest of this story, I want you to think, how is Noctis delivering order to chaos? To the chaos in creation, to the chaos of compassion, the chaos of justice, the chaos of wrath, the chaos of provision, the chaos of sorrow and regret. How is Noctis embodying and doing this? Was Ardyn screw up his bitterness about his fate? We'll talk more about Ardyn's motivation in episode Ardyn. Okay, we'll talk a lot more about that. He has, I would say, a good case. In fact, one of the questions that I used to ask on one of the exams for the first Unit 1 exam for one of my classes, for this class, is I want you to defend or condemn. I want you to act like a lawyer, a prosecuting or defense attorney, and defend or prosecute Saul's actions. Should he have been rejected as king, or should he have been should he have been honored as king? And they come up with amazing frameworks and paradigms based on the things that we talk about in my class. It's a great essay question. It's a great essay question. But I give them a little bit of agency because we have this debate in there. We have this amazing debate of like, he did nothing wrong. And then others are like, no, he did everything wrong. And now they just fight back and forth. I love that question. I love for my classes to get into that, right? You're not going to get that lecture. You're going to get the episode Ardyn lecture. And I think it's a really cool sort of thing. So moving forward in this stream, because we need to end this, right? You should feel for both Ardyn and Noctis. Oh my gosh, then if you feel for both Ardyn and Noctis, you get the story. If you have a heart for Ardyn and Noctis, you understand Final Fantasy 15. If you feel the tension of like the divine are living up to who they are, the image of God, right? And yet also there's some unfairness to it. What I want you to understand is you understand this game, and more than that, you understand the tension of the Bible. You understand the tension of Judaism and understand the tension of Christianity. How can a good God be so bad? How can a wrathful God ever be considered loving? How can a God who allows the genocide of an entire group of people also be considered providential and good? If you've ever asked those questions, this game is for you, right? Because it asks that question by separating the Godhead into 6 different attributes that are warring against each other, and there needs to be resolution. And that is what this game is about. How do you reconcile a broken world that doesn't live up to the Godhead, that doesn't live up to the intention of the divine? That is why this game became my dissertation. That's why this game became my moniker, my life, everything. And it also, chat, let me tell you this, we'll get more into this in chapter 14, but it changed my understanding of messiahs, of Jesus, of Christianity, I began to understand why Jesus was called the King of Kings. And there were lots of kings, messiahs, that were labeled kings of kings, right? But to say that Jesus is a King of Kings, or the King of Kings, well, it means that he's the king of a king over and above that enhances, repudiates, and fulfills all of the broken promises and brokenness of every king that came before him, for the purpose of bringing, as the Jews would have said, bringing the people back to their land and maintaining their identity as the image of God. And of course, with Jesus and Christianity, it became much less exclusive to a group of people, but to all people, right? Which we'll certainly talk about in chapter 14. Moving from chapter 13, though, there's two things that I want us to think about. Without even realizing it, Ardyn, I've subtly been goading you into believing that he was Saul, right? Chasing after David. And Noctis is David. And we've talked about the friends and all that stuff. But moving from chapter 13, we're going to leave the stories of the Hebrew Bible kind of to the side. And we're going to move into New Testament ideology and theology, kind of messianic theology. So when we look at Noctis, we're going to think, and specifically for the purposes here, because I think it does it really, really beautifully, that we could certainly include other messiahs like the Maccabees. We could include King Cyrus from Persia. There's several different iterations of Messiah, but for our purposes, we're really going to lean into this Jesus Messiah sort of thing, okay? And what does that really mean? Beyond, quote, Savior and the things that you hear in terms of churches and stuff like that, what does it really mean? And what does this game try to convey about that? What can we extract from this game about that? Now, do I think that they tried to retell the David, Saul, and unto Jesus narrative? I don't think that they set out to do that. They clearly were informed by it, but I don't think that they set out to do that. And I think that the lenses that I bring to it, it's just very easy to extract it. Number one, I want us to think of Noctis in this Jesus Christological figure. The second thing, Ardyn, and I'm going to talk more about this in episode Ardyn, but we need to start thinking of Ardyn not as Saul, not as the devil even, but I want to describe to you, if Jesus is a Christ, which means anointed one or anointed king, then there is a spirit of, quote, Antichrist. And Antichrist is not a singular person. Okay, that's something that the Left Behind series came up with. The spirit of Antichrist, First Peter talks about this, Jesus speaks about it. The spirit of Antichrist is in every generation. Okay, it's any spirit that rises up to reign, set up a reign in a kingdom that is against the incoming reign in the kingdom of God. And so we think of this as every generation. It's the spirit of Babylon, which we've talked about in here. It's the spirit of Rome moving on forward. Okay, so who Ardyn is now in chapter, right now, he may have started out as something else, as like a Esau, Jacob sort of situation. But this is going to really kind of change. Ardyn is like an anti-Messiah. That demystifies it for us. That changes the language of it. But it's a king that sets itself up over and against the, quote, King of Kings, Christ. Okay, so this is an amazing sort of tension that we're going to see here moving forward, right? I think that's kind of neat. First thought was Judas. Hold on to your hat, Racy, because we're going to talk about Judas on Thursday. Get excited for that one. These last streams are going to be good. They're going to be amazing. So it's going to be great stuff. Okay, we have gone for a while now. Let's watch this final cutscene. Not a lot to think about here, but just a little bit. So let's continue. Yeah. It's all the things that have caused him to ascend.
The light waxes full. Go forth to the kingdom, where the usurper awaits. Reclaim the throne and fulfill the calling of the true king.
Thanks, sir.
Umbra. Be waiting. In Hammerhead.
Mm. Mm. All right, chat. So there is a 10-year gap where he is in the crystal. Here's how I want you to think about this. During that 10-year period, yeah, he goes from 20 years old to 30, which coincidentally is the same age where Jesus started his public ministry. Just, that's neither here nor there, but just remember that, just kind of wild. Also the same age that Saul became king. Right? 30 is a big symbolic age. Anyway, during those 10 years, the rest of the world goes on, and people are hoping that he is going to return. We'll talk about that briefly in a future stream. Okay, that's all episode Comrades, the multiplayer DLC. We're not going to play it much, but we'll talk about it, and it's going to be great stuff, right? So, to kind of close out, between the final king of Israel, or Judah rather, in the south, when Jerusalem was destroyed, there was about 400 years before the birth of Jesus, right? And so during those 400 years, there were prophets, right? Trying to, toward the end of the kingship, there were some prophets that were talking about what do we do now? And then there was what we call an intertestamental period, where it's felt like there was a lot of silence between when they were a people with a land and a temple and the birth of this Messiah. There were some that came up, the Maccabees, for example, several others, but for a large part, they're trying to figure out what God is doing in the first temple, second temple sort of idea. They're trying to figure out what God is doing. So I share that with you. How do you move from the destruction of everything in the temple all the way to the birth of Jesus? How do you hold on to hope? How do you hold on to all of that? We'll talk more about that in future streams. So this sets us up for the end of this lecture series. All right. Now you know all the big secrets. Okay. And it's just a question of how do things resolve in the divine world, but also in Noctis's own story of ascension. It's going to be good, you guys. Y'all, there's a few surprises left, and it's going to be good. But I've given you a lot to think about tonight. Okay, we can continue the chat in Discord, and I hope that you will. This is a power-packed chapter, and I think that there's going to be a lot of stuff. Hey, Leanderthal, you know what? I asked that same question in church one time. Can I tell you this? This is when I should have known that I was going to be like this antagonistic theologian sort of guy. I asked a youth director, a youth minister, raised my hand, and I said, if we are supposed to forgive and love our enemies and stuff, are we supposed to share that same sort of thing, that mentality of compassion toward the devil, right? Boy, yeah, you ever seen a Sunday school teacher run and leave the room? That was a big one, right? That was a good one. Quick question. Is there a book that explains Jewish customs during biblical times that can help put the Bible in context? Let me think on that, Cat's Chain. Before the end, I'll help you out. Before the end of this lecture series. For example, Tim Keller's book, The Prodigal God, he explains how the ring given to the wayward son is a signet ring. Yeah, that's a great one. You know what I might do? Cat's Chain. There is a great book. I suggest it to all of my students that are religious. Okay, it's not a textbook. It's not that sort of thing. But if you're a religious person, you're wanting to know for that, here's what I want you to think about. Here's what I want you to consider purchasing. And I'm going to put it in the links. A friend of mine, he is the pastor of the largest United Methodist church in the world, actually. His name is Adam Hamilton. He wrote a book called Making Sense of the Bible. And this book is the best non-seminary grade academic book for people that just want to learn and stuff. So when I post this on YouTube, I'm going to put a link in there, and you can go and purchase that. Again, I am required to say that any link that you purchase something off of, I am an Amazon affiliate, and I will get a commission to that for that. But it's an amazing, amazing book. It's called Making Sense of the Bible by Adam Hamilton. I'm going to put that in the chat tonight, not in the chat, in the description on the YouTube link. So feel free to go and purchase that. Give me about 15 minutes, and I'm going to get it up there, okay? With that, everybody, y'all have been the best as always. And all I got to say is it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. One final thing. Thursday, I am actually going to be a guest on another podcast. Final Fan TV is doing yet another Family Feud style thing. And so Baby Seal and Blitz and I are going to be on a team, and we're going to be fighting Unileska, David Vincent, and Pro Jared. So come hang out with us, and then we will stream afterwards. We're going to stream episode Ignis after that. So it's going to be a long night, baby, on Thursday night. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, come hang out with us, and then come on over there. Yes, I joined today. They extended the invitation to me, and Blitz was like, bro, I need your help. And I was like, I got you, bro. So watch Baby Seal and Blitz and I take on Una and David, Vincent, and Pro Jared. It's going to be great. Okay, everybody. Y'all have the best freaking night of your life. It's already been a great night, and we're going to see you on Thursday, okay? Great job tonight. Bye, you guys. Take care.